It's summer, we're in Portugal, and it's time to party. But we are not going to do that cliche touristy stuff like seeing fountains or going on pub crawls. We're going to go to a traditional outdoor festival called an Arraial. And in Arraial, which was designed by Nuno, Bizarro, Sentieiro, and Paulo, Soledade, and published by Mevo and Pandasaurus Games, you will be putting on your very own neighborhood festival. Hi everybody, my name is Nick Murphy of the Brothers Murph. We are here with Board Game Geek, and today's In Focus is sponsored by the Board Game Geek store. Well, it's time to grab some good food and listen to some great music as we go in focus on Arraial. Arraial is a polyomino Tetris-style game where players will be placing tiles in their neighborhood trying to attract the most visitors. On their turn, a player will have 3 action points to spend, and these can be spent in 2 ways. They can draft a tile card from the octagon in the center, gaining that tile and placing it in their festival, or they can rotate the octagon. Players must draft at least 1 tile on their turn, and where the players are sitting around the table matters greatly. For when a tile is drafted, players cannot rotate or change its orientation. They must take it and slide it down to the bottom of their festival in the same orientation that it was drafted. And this is where the second action, rotating the octagon, comes in. Players can use an action point to rotate the octagon 1/4 turn, hopefully giving themselves a more advantageous orientation of the tiles. Once a player's turn is over, they will refill the octagon with the cards of their choosing, and the next player will take their turn. These tiles are great, but how do we get visitors? When a player makes a group of at least 2 adjacent tiles of the same color, they will attract a visitor of that color. But when another tile is added to this group, more visitors are not gained. Players will have to make a separate group of that color to gain another visitor. But if a player has the biggest group of a color of tiles, then they will gain the coveted couples visitor. Everyone knows that if the hot couple isn't at your party, then you don't have a party. A player's festival is limited in size, and this is shown by the entrance banner on their board. But whenever they completely fill a line on their board, their banner will move up 1 space and they can party a little harder. When this happens, the player will also receive an individual visitor, but this visitor cannot join the fun until the end of the round. If at any point a player's banner overlaps with tiles on their board, their banner is taken out of the game and they will no longer be able to gain the individual visitors. Once all cards have been played, the round ends and everyone's banner moves down 2 rows. If after this move a player still has their banner intact, any individual visitors they gained in that round will join their party. The tile cards are then shuffled and play continues, and at the end of the 3rd round, whichever festival has the most visitors wins. Arraial is a polyomino tile game that feels a lot like Tetris. With those tiles going from top to bottom in your neighborhood, it really gives it that classic Tetris feel. And putting those tiles in your neighborhood is very satisfying, but you have to make sure you're paying attention to what color tiles you're drafting and where you place them. Do you want to have a bunch of small groups to gain a lot of visitors, or do you want to focus on a couple big groups to catch the eye of that hot couple? If this kind of puzzle seems interesting to you, make sure to check out Arraial's page on BoardGameGeek.com and check out a review. Until next time, I have been Nick Murphy. We are here with Board Game Geek, and we've been going in focus on Arraial. Have a great day.